What up, y'all? It's Queen Krazy here. Gonna do my Women's Revolution live in Atlanta, Georgia tonight. Last Women's Revolution predictions before you watch it and check it out tonight for the 2025. With that being said, you guys can check out on my page and my story for my new subscribers and return subscribers. WWE Comments by Queen Krazy with Raw, SmackDown, WWE Live, NXT, and pay-per-view all available. Result videos on there, including this past Monday Night Raw. Go ahead, watch and like and comment and follow and subscribe. Check it out, including Monday Night Raw for tomorrow. Prediction commentary result is available. SmackDown prediction commentary result as well. Was live. We had Jelly Roll in the building live in Nashville, Tennessee. This last SmackDown as well available, as well as last night in Atlanta, Georgia, Saturday main event. Was a lot of people in the building with it being a big city, and also today it'll be available on my page and story for new and return subscribers for the Women's Revolution prediction. Also, I'll do the commentary and the results. You guys can check on the gameplay list, the Raw, SmackDown, Money in the Bank Night of Champions, and even today I'll do today's Women's Revolution gameplay added to that as well. So check out those Raw videos, check out the SmackDown videos, check out the Saturday main event video. Check out this Women's Revolution prediction in the video later on tonight. Check out those Raw and SmackDown with the Money in the Bank Night Champions gameplay. Check out the commentary and podcast over the last week, so with it as well. We'll talk a little bit more of that when I update it. And check out the gameplays for today's Women's Revolution. That will be added as well as the Women's Revolution results. But you guys can check out the other ones in general. For Raw and SmackDown results, that's available right now as we speak, including a little bit of 4th of July. A little bit of wedding going on as well, and things like that, and podcasts and commentary coming up. This is my last minute predictions, final predictions, I should call it, for Women's Revolution. I predict that Becky Lynch will remain Intercontinental Champion against Lara and Bayley. She's beaten them both in singles actions. She's been the woman to hold down the women's division. I think Big Time Bex is walking in and out our Intercontinental Champion against Lara and Bayley in the triple threat tonight, Women's Revolution. With that backing up my answer, I think that finally now Rhea Ripley, I hear, is the main event. We'll find out that's true. The main event, Rhea Ripley to defeat Io Sky for the Women's World Championship belt officially. Last time she technically beat her before, and then after that she gave Io the title because she could have won that easily. Instead of getting distracted, she beat her and Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler, and I forget the red hair's name, with her and Candice LeRae in a 2-on-4 handicap match in the Survivor Series, just as much as Io had beat Bianca Belair, not Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Also, Rhea technically beat her on Raw, but obviously the referee was down when Io took that Raw Women's Championship on Raw. Then they were on teams after that. So that's what makes me think, since the Mae Young and since that has happened with the NXT clean rights for clean match and clean solid winner for Io Sky, I think that Rhea Ripley needs to show that she's Rhea Bloody Ripley in that ring, and that she needs to take that Women's World Championship belt for the 3rd time, be a 3-time World Women's Champion, to show why Mommy's always on top, and why Rhea Bloody Ripley has defeated, along with respect, in our main event against Io Sky. And we're going to welcome the Monday Night Mommy tomorrow as Women's World Champion. So that's what I think needs to happen in that match. I think Becky Lynch as the Intercontinental Champion, she's beaten Bayley and Lara both singles action before, and just proved why she's the Intercontinental Champion for anybody that's doubting her. I think that Tiffany Stratton will be SmackDown Women's Champion, remaining against Trish Stratus. To do that against a Hall of Famer would step up a plate and another chapter, a level of success. And Tiffany Stratton to beat the woman, the trailblazer that have built the women's division, why we have a Women's Revolution for people like her who had to go through hell and back in those stupid type of matches to even get respect as a woman, be called a woman respectfully in the women's division, let alone people like Becky Lynch to be called superstars and not divas, and actually have matches that are just as long, longer than their entries, to come out there and not pushed around or shoved around. And people like Tiffany to be thin, and now talk about legendaries and talk about new generations. Becky Lynch was in that Divas to Now Superstar era. Trish Stratus, the one building that era to actual matches instead of pathetic little themes for them. And people like now Trish Stratus, the trailblazer, legendary to beat then and now. You always talk about it in the Raw and SmackDown and the pay-per-view then and now generations. You already talk about it in the history. How about that from Tiffany Stratton? And we got our Raw, we got our SmackDown, we got NXT, all involved with the tag team championship. You know I love a good tag team. Anything can happen in the WWE, never say never. I think that Roxanne will rightfully earn her right to call herself one half of our tag team women's champion, officially a part of the Judgment Day. So that's what I'm going with tonight. Our Battle Royal, I think that Nikki Bella, our Hall of Famer legendary, again, one of the greatest at once upon a time Divas champion in history, she's going to win the Battle Royal. Unless we get a little surprise, which I don't think will happen. And you know who I'm talking about to return and win it. Who we all would love that to happen. You know who I'm talking about. But that might not happen. 99% that won't happen. Never say never in the WWE, so I will leave that 1% open. But I think it's going to be Nikki Bella winning that Battle Royal. Or maybe Stephanie Vaquera, who has got back to NXT as well. Colliding back and forth, could win it as well. I think that JC will remain NXT champion against Jordan Grace. You know, she'll find her ways against the body. Of course, Jordan Grace is going to show her strength and her power against anybody and anything that moves, especially getting involved in her match. But I think JC's going to remain NXT champion. I think that with Naomi being one of those women, she's been here for 16 years, Miss Money in the Bank, 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, TNA Knockout 2-time champion, but in Women's Revolutions, you know, Royal Rumble, the teams that was built, BAD, being a part of Divas, now champions, part of the stupid challenges, now getting official matches, was one of the ones that got shortened of her matches and opportunities time after time. She's Miss Money in the Bank. She's always staying with conscience. Let's not forget, she could cash in and become a women's SmackDown champion tonight against Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. Not only Tiffany, a new compared to Naomi, but a dominate champion, a legendary like Trish Stratus could be beaten by Naomi, who could cash in her Money in the Bank tonight and be Women's SmackDown champion, along with, I think she's going to beat Jade Cargill in her match with Bianca Belair, a special guest referee. We all know that's building up to a triple threat, possibly at SummerSlam. So with that being said, that is my Women's Revolution prediction tonight. Check out my Raw and SmackDown predictions, commentary, and result. It's all available on the page and story for new and return subscribers for the predictions, including Saturday main event, including this Women's Revolution prediction, and the results of Raw and SmackDown and Saturday main event is on the commentary with WWE by Krazy. The Women's Revolution tonight will be added to that, and of course gameplay, Raw, SmackDown, legendary matches, Money in the Bank Night of Champions is all available, and the Women's Revolution today gameplay will be added to that, so go ahead and check it out, including some Mortal Kombat as well. That being said, Krazy out. Be sure to watch live on subscribe on Instagram and YouTube. Add me on Snapchat so you don't miss anything. 4th of July videos out, wedding videos out, playing a little football. Been hanging out with cousins. You know what it is. Krazy out. Peace.